Hi, I'm Lauren, consultant at Donorly, and today I'm going to walk you through our fundraising plan worksheet. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to map your annual appeal by different giving levels, where to input gift amounts and projected number of donors, and how the automatic calculations work to show your fundraising potential. For example, I'll show you how to break down your goals for individual giving annual appeals, major gifts, institutional donors, and events. So let's get started. The first tab is the cover page, and as you can see, we suggest that you make a copy of this document so that you can input the specific goals and details for your organization. This cover page also includes a glossary of terms that you'll see throughout the template. The Summary tab automatically populates totals from the remaining tabs in the file. Just fill in your overall contributed revenue goal for the year, and the rest will populate based on your inputs later in the template. For example, I'll go ahead and update this fundraising goal to $900,000. The below information will populate based on what you're going to input later on, and it'll be compared against that $900,000 goal that we just entered. Moving along to the end of calendar year tab. This tab can be adjusted or copied to support other annual appeals that you have throughout the year. In this tab, you'll fill in the gift amount for each level of gifts, that's major gift, mid-level gift, and community gifts, and the number of gifts needed to achieve your goal. The totals and subtotals will then populate in this tab and feed into the breakdown on the Summary tab. For example, I'm going to go ahead and adjust this major gift number for a gift amount of $25,000. I'm going to adjust it to 3 gifts that we're anticipating at that level. You'll see that this total and the subtotal have been updated, and it'll also be updated and reflected over here under end of calendar year major gift section. The same thing will happen for your mid-level gifts and community gifts. Moving on to the Other Major Gifts tab, this tab helps you track on specific major donors that you plan to solicit outside of any annual appeal. In this tab, you'll list the name of the donor, the goal for that individual, which should align with what you have budgeted, and a stretch goal, which should be beyond what you are projecting for that individual. Again, these totals will update and feed into the Summary tab under the Major Gifts category. So for example, I've updated name 1 to John Smith as our first donor. I'm going to adjust his goal to $25,000 and the stretch goal to $30,000. You'll see that these subtotals have been updated and reflected again in the Other Major Gift category. For the Other Individual tab, you'll go ahead and enter the gift amount and number of gifts for the mid-level and community gifts that you're anticipating outside of any annual appeals. Again, these totals will be reflected in the Summary tab. So for this, I'll update the gift amount for mid-level to $7,500. I'm anticipating 2. Those totals have been updated, and you can see them in the Summary tab under mid-level gift and other. Moving on to the Foundations, Corporations, and Government tabs, you'll complete a similar process to the Other Major Gifts tab, adding the specific organization name, the budgeted goal, and the stretch goal. The totals from these tabs will feed into the Summary tab under the corresponding categories. So once again, you see I've added in the John Smith Foundation. I'm going to adjust this goal to $30,000 and the stretch goal to $35,000. The total here will be updated, and you'll see that reflected again on the Summary tab under Foundations. Moving on to the Special Events tab, which is the last tab in this template. This tab can again be adjusted or copied to support any fundraising events that you have throughout the year. Here you'll add in the different tables, ticket levels, number of tables, and tickets needed, and corresponding attendee numbers. The totals will then populate into the Summary tab under the Special Events category. For example, I'm going to adjust this top table level to $25,000, and I'm going to need 6 number of tables at that level. You'll see the totals have been updated automatically, and you'll see them over here in the Special Events total as well. If you have any questions or need a bit more clarity on how to use the worksheet, don't hesitate to drop us an email at info@donorly.com. We're here to help you make the most of your fundraising efforts. Also, make sure to visit our website, donorly.com, for even more resources and guidance on fundraising. We've got a whole host of tools and tips there that can really make a difference in your campaign. So take a look and see what you can find to boost your fundraising strategy.